Give me some loving, guys. Hit those love hearts. Talk to you soon. So good morning, everybody. Let's talk social media, that thing that can make and break careers. Honestly, like I saw recently, there was a post about a gentleman in Mount Gambier, and he'd spent all of this time getting up and running. He'd spent like 2 years recording an album, got to subscribe to a huge network and had a huge following on Twitter, and then he put out this tweet about something really, really horrible that happened, and the whole the people that were supporting him and everything like that just completely withdrew their contracts. His whole band has gone from hero to zero, and unfortunately his album is not being released. So social media can destroy us or it can make us. So let's have a chat about that. Okay, now if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching it on Facebook, give me some thumbs up, some love hearts. Let me know that you're out there. Okay, so here we go. Now, this module isn't about how to set up your Facebook or your Instagram or blah, blah, blah. This module is about how to use your NLP skills to help with your social media so that it will grow. When it comes to social media, statistics show that people would rather watch something funny than be educated. So if you're going to continuously do videos about, let's just say, for example, you should be eating more nuts or you should be eating less carbs or something like that, chances are you're not going to have a huge following because people would rather be entertained than educated, okay? So when it comes to social media, it can be difficult when creating funny posts, especially about mental health. But the whole point is to get people to engage, to get people to comment, so that they continuously get the notifications every time you do update your content. Okay, so here are some hints and tips on how I grew my page. I must admit I get approximately 1 comment every 11 seconds on Facebook. I get a new Instagram person, following my page every about, I think it's every about 10 minutes or something like that at the moment. So here are some hints and tips on how to get you up and running so that way you can get that following and people can start messaging you and networking you and actually start to trust you, okay? So number 1, always use pictures or videos. You have to attract people's attention with color and interest. Most people are just scrolling like robots on social media, so make sure that you attract them with something engaging. Like they say, they'll have an image of a really cute puppy dog or something like that, and they're like, picture is just to attract attention or something like that. If you can catch the eye with an image or video, people will stop and scroll and engage. So AKA, break the state. Stop that scrolling where they go, oh, what's that? Oh yeah, I'll go back and have a look. So that's called a breaking of state. Number 2, you want to give people to give you a like, a heart, a share, a tag, or a comment. It doesn't matter what it is that they're doing. You really want them to give you a share or a tag because this is the most the best way to get the organic reach. So when somebody is sharing it on their profile, all of a sudden they're showing it to their audience of people, and then when they share it on their profile, and you're networking to different circles that you wouldn't normally be with. when you think of this as an example in real life, it's just like suddenly you're playing, let's just say you're playing a sport like volleyball, and you've got your team and you're all really happy and cozy, and then all of a sudden that team doesn't exist anymore and you have to go and join another team, and you'll meet some new people. And that's exactly the same thing when it comes to sharing. It's all about meeting new people in those different circles. This is also done voluntarily, so the only content that people are interested in will allow them to share. You want people to tag you in certain posts, or you want to tag them, so therefore the organic growth just keeps on exploding. It's like you're just joining those new teams each time. So use words like when rather than if. So if you're promoting your hypnosis or NLP or anything like that, rather than saying, if you choose to have hypnosis, say when you have hypnosis, blah, blah, blah. Because when you're doing the when, that gets to a stage where people are actually starting to future project themselves. They can visualize themselves doing this or having this or wanting this in their lives. So rather than giving them the option of if, tell them when. So, number 3, stop being preachy. Okay, it's so easy to use NLP to create posts like, what are your goals for 2019? Listen up, guess what? Social media is about brand awareness. If the person becomes a client, that's a bonus. Your webpage is about getting clients. Use your social media to get people to go to your webpage. Create brand awareness by getting people to interact with your posts. I only post an advertising on my page once a week. So from Monday to Friday, it's all about getting people to interact. It's getting people to comment, to like, to share, to have a bit of a laugh. I'm like, hey, how ripe do you like your bananas? Which chocolate bar would you choose? What are these 3 things you're going to keep because you can't keep, 10 others? Choose one of 3. What kind of ice cream do you like? Blah, blah, blah. That's what I do from Monday to Friday. I want people to engage in my posts. People don't want to be advertised to. It's as simple as that. And when it comes to these bullshit scenarios, they're like, oh, I'm going to put up an affirmation post, and let go and be with blah. Whatever. I'm going to keep on scrolling. It's as simple as that. But you send me a funny cat video and I will stop. I will watch that funny cat video and I will have a laugh. And this is one of those things I tested myself, because for quite a few years I used to have affirmations going up all the time and personal help courses and hints and tips and all this sort of stuff. And then just slowly over time I was like, why am I putting in all this effort and nothing is really happening? So I changed it up to, do you think this is funny? Would you sleep in this room? Would you go out into the woods for $1 million and give up football? Blah, blah, blah. Just posts like that. And then people started commenting and I was like, oh, okay, then what am I going to do here? So Saturdays is my advertising post day. I just put up a quick post saying, hey, we can do this online, or check out my new audio or something like that. Sure, I only get 4 a month, but whatevs. At the end of the day, people are getting those notifications because they are engaging in all of the other ones. And Sundays, I don't post. It's simple as that, unless I kind of feel like the urge to. Because guess what? You need a break. Just because you're not posting on social media doesn't mean it's all going to go to crap overnight. So it's okay not to post. Okay, you don't have to post like 10 times a day as much as the statistics say you should and all this sort of stuff. It becomes too much of a grind and you're just going to burn yourself out. So Monday to Friday, I do engaging posts, make sure I tell a story, get people to laugh, I go live and all that sort of stuff. Saturdays is when I do my advertising posts because I know people are going to get it. And Sundays, I don't post at all unless I'm kind of feeling like, oh, you know what, I'm doing this, so I'm going to go live or I'm going to post that picture. Now, here are 4 ways to get people to interact with your posts, okay? Even some of my students on the Modern Mentoring, when they first start out, they've got this whole criteria about how they're going to, help people out and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, guess what? They're not interested. What you need them to get them to do is entertain them first, then educate them second. This is how it works, okay? So I place an image asking, which chocolate bar would you choose? That was one of my hugest one. I got like 10 chocolate bars, great excuse to buy chocolate, took a photo of it, put numbers on them, and I said, hey, which one's your favorite? And it just went off chops, absolute mental sort of thing. So I placed an image and I asked, which one's your favorite? Mine's number 9, blah, blah, blah. So I'm interacting sort of thing. And I even had one lady that's like, oh my gosh, your partner loves Turkish Delight. And she loves my partner. And she actually went into his workplace at the time and took a Turkish Delight bar with her when she was buying her phone. So it works. People will talk. Post videos of recipes, okay? So, you know, like those tasty videos and stuff like that. What it is that you're eating, what are you doing, where have you got to go? Yum, this is a delicious salad from Zanzibar or something like that. Post those videos and the recipes and things like that, because people will engage in that. Be like, oh, thanks, Trish. When you think about it, especially when it comes to a lot of female energy people, when how many recipes do they have? How many more cookbooks do they need? But they just keep on collecting them. So that's what they will do. They will save the post, they'll screenshot it, they'll like it, or something like that. Go live and talk to people, interact with them, ask them questions and wait for the answer. So as much as you want to get a message across about, you know, health or whatever it is that you want to do, just say to them, hey, I'm going live, check out my cat, you know, this is my clinic cat. And people are like, hey, babe, how you going? Hey, Phil, hey, Oreo. And they actually get to a stage where they'll message you and they're like, oh, you know, I hope Oreo is well today and things like that, because they're connecting with that and it's being entertaining. So I talk to people and I'm like, hey, check out my cat. Her name's Oreo, blah, 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 sort of thing. And then I'll be like, so how's your day going, Miranda? And Miranda will be like, type, and because I feel obliged to answer, and that then boosts my algorithm. Show examples of your work, okay? You don't have to breach confidentiality or anything like that, but you can use examples. So there's been times where I've gone live where I've spoken about a story that a client has told me and how the outcome came about. I have asked clients if it's okay that I film the session but they're not in it, so all you can see is their feet and stuff like that, and people really start to engage in that, and all of a sudden they're like, wow, I really want to do this myself. I really want that relaxation. I want to let go of that anger or that hurt, or, you know, I want to lose weight or something like that. So show examples of your work. Tell me in the form of a GIF what job you do and I'll guess it. So that gets them to post a GIF and then you're going to guess it. So they feel like you're interacting with them. I did this one and I had so many people saying to me, oh my God, I feel like a superstar because you're talking to me. I'm just an average person. I live in an average house on an average street with an average car, and people just felt like they were superstars from it. So I get them to use a GIF and then I'll try and guess their job. And people like to trick people as well and be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know what that was, sort of thing. And that gets everybody chatting and talking. Ask for advice, okay? People will want to help out the authority figure. I remember when I was a child that every now and again my mum would say, oh, Trish, that's a really, really great idea. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I got this compliment from my mum, like, you know, because she was the authority figure when I was a child. So I asked for advice. So I'll say something like, I just finished watching Arrow on Netflix. What do you recommend I watch now? And even if the answer doesn't interest you, engage in it. Just say to the person, hey, so what's that about? Get them to comment so it expands your reach. I once asked people to give me ideas for the name of my cats, and it just went absolute mental. I got this cat, I took a photo of it, and I said, hey, getting this new cat on Monday, not quite sure what name to give it. Can anybody please help me out? And it just went boom, 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 boom. Absolutely nuts. And I must admit, I'd already decided on the name of the cat, but I wanted the reach on Facebook. That's what I was looking for. Also, keep your shit off Facebook. It's as simple as that. If you're having issues in your life, seek guidance, okay? I understand you're not a superhero and, you know, at the end of the day, we all have really hard times. We have shitty times. But you don't have to leave yourself open to judgment from random people, because people are watching. It's as simple as that. You're going to get people on your Facebook that you're going to add and you're like, I don't know who the hell that is, but okay. You'll go with it because you want to network with them or something like that. So keep your shit off Facebook. Keep your religious stuff off Facebook, your political stuff off Facebook, your judgmental stuff off Facebook. Keep it off Facebook. It's as simple as that. If you have an opinion of some sort and you feel that urge growing, type it out, delete it, and then go and do a job around the house or something like that. Keep it off Facebook. You don't want to be seen as some kind of, you know, like prodigy where everything is positive and awesome all the time. But at the end of the day, you do not want to open yourself up for judgment and things like that. It's okay to every now and again have a down day and be a little bit of a victim. You can do a post like, hey, my gran has passed away, you know, rest in peace, love you so much. But you don't want to be getting on there going, well, I don't believe in this, blah, 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 and I hate you. You're just opening yourself to lose rapport, to lose prestige, and to be completely slaughtered. So keep your shit off Facebook. It's as simple as that. Do a journey series. I actually did this and it was really, really great fun. So do a post each day based on a personal journey that you are on and what you're going through. So I did a Michelle Bridges 30-day challenge. Every day I went live on Facebook talking about the challenge, what I was progressing through, getting them to interact and stuff like that. And then I had a lady on the other side of the country sent me a message and she's like, I see that you're doing a planking challenge as part of the Michelle Bridges thing. And I'm like, yeah, sure am. So then we started talking and messaging each other each day of what our times were, sort of like a competition but friendly status. And then eventually she's like, oh, so I want some hypnosis to help with my weight loss journey. I was like, awesome, this is great. So do a journey series. Some will even take the journey with you because you've inspired them, and some of them that they won't. Others will just like to watch and perceive, kind of like a sport. They're like, oh, you're doing a great job. I'm really loving this. So go on that journey series. Use your NLP skills to create fun and brain-hurting statements, okay? So I will do things like, example, which came first, the egg or the chicken? Is Q just a letter Q followed by 4 silent letters? You simply Google sentences that hurt the brain, and then people start talking like, oh, you're hurting my brain. No, stop that, Trish. What? Yes, the chicken did cross the road. So you're just asking those brain-hurty statements and getting them to engage, because all of a sudden you're doing the break the state then and the quantum unconsciousness, and they're just like, oh, I've got a comment about that. So they love that. That's layered metaphoring as well. Make people laugh, smile or cry, okay? These will get shares and comments, so make sure you connect with your audience so that way you can actually network with them, help them out. You can really, really enjoy the whole criteria and this whole journey that you go on with your clients. It's great fun to do, okay? So, you know, you're not looking to hurt anyone or anything like that. You're just looking to go, so what more can I offer them and how can I help them? I must admit, I did one where after my cat died, and I went live straight on Facebook after I'd unfortunately had to let her move on to the angels, and I just cried my eyes out. I just said to him, and it wasn't a pity statement, it wasn't putting my shit on Facebook or anything like that. It was telling people that my fur baby had passed away, and to make sure that all of them gave hugs to their fur babies and to feel the love whilst they could and to really, really enjoy it. So that's what that was all about, and that's what people started doing. They were like, oh, Trish, we're so sorry. And I had people sending me photos. They're like, oh, I'm hugging my cat or your cat and sending you love and healing. So, you know, make them laugh, make them smile, make them cry. Be real, okay? These get shares and comments. Connect with your audience, okay? So like I said before, your social media is all about brand awareness rather than sales and clients. In each post that you do, put your logo, your webpage, and people will generate towards it if they're interested. So it doesn't matter what you're watching. So you might be seeing a post like, hey, check out this new TV series on Netflix, or I'm watching blah, and then all of a sudden that person will be like, oh, that person's watching Lord of the Rings. What is Lord of the Rings? And then they'll Google that. They will then watch a YouTube video, and then they might go and watch Lord of the Rings as well. And that's how that free networking advertising actually works. It's about brand awareness rather than sales clientele. Your web page is where people can get more information, where they can book appointments, and where they can actually buy from you. So, join me in the next video. I'm going to be talking about advanced hypnosis and NLP techniques that you can learn, and it's amazing. Like you can do stage hypnosis where people forget their name. You can do out-of-body experiences. You can do what's known as amnesia, where people forget to remember what they remember to forget to remember. It's so confusing. So join me in the next video. I'm going to be talking about all of the advanced techniques that are available. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.